So here are my initial thoughts after skiing 4 different outings on the Voile skis. They're a fun ski to ski downhill. They're not anywhere near as nice on the flats as the S-Bound 125s. The S-Bound 125s have more camber. They also have a groove in them. They seem to run a lot straighter when you're on the snowmobile track. The Voiles, on the other hand, being a much softer flex, a little different curvature on them. You have to concentrate a little bit more when you're on the snowmobile trail trying to keep them straight. This is when you're kicking and gliding. Now in the downhill mode, when you're on the steep slopes and soft powder, this is the winner right here. It just turns on a dime. It's just absolutely amazing. And one of the important things that I've noticed skiing on them is the balance point of the ski itself. The S-Bound 125s, the 3-pin, is pretty much mounted on what they call the balance point of the ski. And so you essentially find the balance point of the ski and you attach the binding so that the pin line falls on that balance point. On the Voile, the manufacturer actually had what they recommended a boot center location. And when I measured that all out and set it up for my boots, I noticed that the binding is shifted a lot further forward towards the tip of the ski. And it's more of what you would see in a traditional alpine type of a setup than you would a Tomark setup. And what that does is that puts the center of your boot further forward on the ski. It changes the whole dynamic on how it skis, so it's a new feeling for me. If you can imagine the two skis, this is the Fischer is a 175 and the V6 is a 173, but when I set them side by side, they're almost identical in length. And the pin line would be right about here on this particular ski, and the pin line would be right about there. So it's a good maybe 1.5 to 2 inches forward of what it is on the S-Bound 125s. A couple other things you'll notice here is how soft the flex and camber, how the camber difference is. On the S-Bound 125s, I can take my one hand, and it takes a lot of energy just for me to compress that camber all the way. And with these Voiles, it's really, really easy to camber. It's a much, much softer flex ski. There's also a significant difference in the length and the type of crown pattern. On the Voile V6, the crown pattern runs from here to here. And on the VC 125, it runs from here to here. The V6, certainly the tail is upturned more than the S-Bound 125. It definitely has a different shape too. This kind of rounds off, and this one is more of a taper. There's definitely a difference in the scale pattern they use on the Voile versus the Fischer. Interestingly enough, the Fischer seems a lot smoother as I run my hand over it, but it just could be that I've skied a lot of miles on these, so maybe the fish scales have flattened out quite a bit. It's also characteristic that the fish scale pattern on the Fischer runs much further back, and I think they use kind of a progressive cut across this pattern here so that they're smoother out here on this end and much more aggressive here. The Voile feels like it's the same depth of fish scale all the way across. Anyway, these climb pretty well. They both do a good job. They're just a little different.